Welcome back. This is a 5 versus 5 White Star battle between our core and a corporation called Local 885. The the gist of this analysis is based on mostly strategy. We'll go ahead and start with the very beginning. Right next to our warp gate on both sides, we have um, these asteroids, they've got the hydrogen, and the different colors denote higher levels. Obviously, we don't want to go to this sector that's got a low hydrogen count. We want to capture the sectors that have a higher hydrogen count. Get your miner in there, get as much hydrogen as possible so you can pump the planets and get the relic count large. Now, our corporation, I'll go ahead and show you what we did here. We do have an advantage, obviously, with such a powerful battleship in the area. We've got Omega level 6, which is a high shield count. We're able to go in and solo this sector and immediately start farming the hydrogen that we need. We'll go ahead and speed it up. This was beneficial for us. We'll go ahead and get an early start. Less than 12 hours into the match, we're already starting our hydrogen farm, throwing enrich in there. Nothing crazy. The big enrich Genesis and crunch trains that you see in 10 and 15 and 20 versus 20, that's not needed in a 5 versus 5. You're going to have more relics than you're able to collect. Just using two miners full with 2,000 hydrogen each comes out to about 21 relics on a level 10 planet. You don't need more than that. You're not going to have enough capacity on your transports. So we kind of knew that going in. Went ahead and cleared that sector. If we go ahead and jump back. This is our other sector that we were aiming for. We know our level 10 is just to the south and west of the star. That's our objective. This is our other sector that we're interested in. It's a a large hydrogen concentration, and this one we sent several battleships into, knowing that we were going to need most of our force around the 10 to begin with. I thought that this was well coordinated in both aspects, especially compared to the other corporation, and I'll get to that here shortly. We sent in battleships aggressively to get the sentinels out of the way, limit the damage to our shields, allow our transports to stage close to the planet, and allow our miners to immediately start mining. That was ultimately the goal, and I feel that we did a really good job of taking care of business, getting the stage set for what we're trying to accomplish, which of course is get more relics than the other team. And if we back up one more time, let's just show the difference in what we did versus what they did. When they started, they sent their miner to a sector that has an average of 30 hydrogen per asteroid. They completely ignored this sector. This is the easiest high concentration field I've seen. It's got 2 sentinels and a guardian. There's no reason why they couldn't take it. And then they have another one close by, about the same distance from the level 10. And then if they wanted to get even closer, of course, this one's harder, but still manageable. They ignored all 3 of these high concentration sectors. To what purpose, I'm not really sure. I thought it was a mistake, and I think it cost them, and it cost them a lot. So we'll go ahead and get this random rocket to kill a sentinel. I don't think that was necessary. Now that we've got the hydrogen covered, that was really important. That that really set the stage and feel for how we wanted to approach this white star: hydrogen control and planetary control. You can see our concentration of battleships entering the area, entering the level 10, is high. We've got one, two, three battleships entering the field of battle, and then one more on the way. And then we sent our assassin up to intercept their assassin. So both battleships with Delta Shield, level 6. One's got battery and one's got mass battery. So we're obviously going to try to kill him, get him in a one-on-one match, and the battery is going to take down the mass. That's our standard operating procedure. And going into this level 10, we were kind of curious what the other team was going to do, because they have 3 battleships. So 3 versus 3, that's a pretty fair match until we can get our level 10 battery back down into our area. So we were kind of interested in seeing what their plan was, especially when we started looking at their mods. If you look at their team, they've got a mass battery with an Omega shield. I'm not really sure why he has an Omega shield. If you have mass battery or dual laser, you probably need Delta so you can get ahead and try to wipe out transports or miners. We've got laser, which there's nothing wrong with laser. Laser is a good weapon, especially with the blue stars. But he's got rocket. I'm not really sure why he has rocket. I guess they both do. It's really confusing. None of us were very impressed or scared or even concerned about the rockets. We knew they had them. They're close. It's a one-time use. All you got to do is protect yourself the one time, and then the threat is gone. On a 10 versus 10 or a 15 or 20 versus 20, the rockets coming from the gate can get out of control. But on a 5 versus 5, the rocket threat is not very serious, and we weren't too concerned about it. Now, if you watch them, they get close to the sector, and they're making progress, trying to head towards us. They kind of look aggressive. And then our other assassin uses teleport to launch an interceptor at them, that's pretty standard too. We launch the interceptor at them, and most of the time it's just an inconvenience. Here on this map against this opponent, it had a much better effect. As soon as the interceptor headed that direction, one of their battleships chickened out and backed up, supposedly to try to protect their supports. But look at which one backed up. The one with mass battery, the worst possible ship to counteract that. I'm not sure where the decisions are being made or who's doing it, but obviously they realized their error, and now they've burned a mod. They've burned teleport to deal with this interceptor. The mistakes pile up really quick here. This guy, I guess he fat fingered a barrier. I'm not really sure why. I'm just so confused about why he's doing what he's doing. Anyway, they spend a lot of time and resources on this interceptor, and for no particular reason. It's not that hard to kill him, and all you got to do is keep your supports away. The other thing is they're sending this mass battery battleship over to this planet, and I don't know why is my problem. It's a poor decision strategically. If you got mass, you need to be over here in the big battle where all the transports are there for easy pickings. Okay, so after our battleship launches the interceptor at the enemy decides to get aggressive. And so we got one battleship using teleport, the other one sitting tight. That's fine. That's a perfectly good start. Their response afterward was not not right, I guess. Our strategy for dealing with these people is just like any other battle. We talk, we communicate, we make sure we understand what's going on, what's going to work in the time machine and what doesn't. So I send my battleship here. Our level 10 that cleared the sector from up above is already, they let that much time go by that our battleship from up by the gate has made it down to join us now. They sent their rocket. I mean, they burned their one of two rockets that they have available, and they launched it early. I don't know why. It was a bad choice. It wasn't going to turn the tide of the battle. He used barrier, so that's another mod. He's used all three of his mods before engaging at all. I still got all three of mine. Our level 10 battery still has two of theirs. Our level 6 battery still has EMP, and our duals still has impulse and barrier available. I don't know why using all the mods they thought, why did they think that was a good idea? Then we got our other battleship opponent using teleport also. I don't think that was a good idea. You're setting yourself up, you're surrounded. You're not going to win that fight. I thought this was a pretty well timed EMP. They're not hard to do with the time machine. They're a little harder to do in blue and red stars, but either way, we did a good job locking up at least one opponent, and then the second opponent comes in, and I guess he thought EMPing us was going to change the outcome of the fight. I don't know. They tried to launch a rocket at my miner, and I happened to catch it right as it was launched, and I just moved out of the way. You can see right there that it's not going to kill me. So we'll let this EMP finish up. Now we've got 4 on 2. This battle was not even a concern, really. We just talked about it and reviewed it, and no matter what they did, we didn't see a way for them to defeat us. So I sent a rocket in. We'll go ahead and let that clear up. Okay, the EMP is through. Now he's trying to get away, and then I'm pretty sure we barrier that. There we go. Yep, barrier. Get him stuck, and then our guy with duels just kind of wails on him, lets it ramp up, and then obviously you're gonna get away to break because one of their guys has laser. Yeah, the guy that has laser, you want to get away from him and reset his damage. And that battle was easy. Like we took care of it, got rid of all their rockets, and then we spread back out to cover ourselves. We're trying to get these relics, and that battle was extremely simple. Now let's go take a look at what's going on up here. This guy is going up and around the enemy, the computer, but we don't really know why. I'm assuming he wants to try to get this miner, but he should know better. He should have the experience to know that that's not going to work out the way he wants it to. If we zoom in, after this battle down here, we send our level 10 back up north to assist, which turned out to be, while not necessary, it helped wrap the battle up a lot sooner. So his idea, I saw it coming as soon as he went into this sector. He's going to go to this asteroid and then stealth. And I guess he thought this interceptor was going to cause us trouble. I didn't really think it would, and it didn't, so I was right. He uses barrier for some reason. I'm not really sure why. To get the interceptor to try to kill the rocket, I guess. There were a lot of barriers used unnecessarily, I think. But Anyways, that's not important. While this is going on, there's another situation down here that crops up. Somebody gets brave. We're trying to increase our forward presence. We see this guy coming south. We're not really sure what's going on, what he's thinking he's gonna do. So one of our ships goes back. Keep in mind, the more time that goes by, those mods that we used are now being reset. So the enemy has 18 hours to get their battleship back in the game, and the mods reset during that time also. Usually within, like if you're meeting in the middle, they should reset at about the same time. Um, we're trying to pin him, just trying to keep him away from our supports. Okay, we've got all our hydrogen dropped off, and now our planet has 21 relics, and we're already loaded 2. Okay, so we've got this guy coming down. He's stealthed. He's heading for this sector. We've got this guy coming around the other side. What's going to happen is we're just going to deal with him. We'll go ahead and we'll start this battle basically one at a time. I'm not worried about him. He doesn't have mass battery. He just has laser. He can't really catch us because we have time warp. So what we did was we decided to shoot some rockets. It's one of the few that we launched today, and that ended up working out really well. His shield failed, and we just ended up going ahead and taking care of that. Now this guy is working up towards our supports again. I'm not really sure how he thought that was going to play out. Our level 10 is coming back towards us. Overall, their strategy was not impressive. They know what mods we have. They're clearly visible. You're going to have a long 5.5 hour jump when it only takes 4 hours to teleport to the same spot. I mean, he already burned his teleport, and I didn't. So that's why the fight went the way it did. They did a poor job of using their mods, using their supports, and they engaged in 1 versus 2 and 3 battles that it never. I don't know why they thought that would work. They're too spread out. That's not a good way to fight. That's not the way you fight the computer, and it shouldn't be the way you fight an opponent. They showed a lack of respect, and they paid for it. This guy tried to teleport out, and I guess try to get to our supports. He doesn't even have Delta. He's got Omega Shield, and he has no speed. So we just catch up to him, catch him in a barrier, EMP, and then just kill him. And now we've got free reign over the map. They gave up. They gave up after that. They made some what they thought were half decent attempts. I didn't think so. Okay, so let's look at one more thing in the backfield on their side. Something I thought was very clever on our part. Congrats to our assassin, Wicca. Wicca did a good job of harassing the enemy and ruining morale, which is always our goal. We want people to feel like they're not going to win. It affects their decision making. So we've got I'm not sure why they EMP'd. I really don't know why. Their mod use is laughable. I don't. There's just a lack of experience, or they just don't know how the mods affect. Like they didn't put things in the time machine, maybe. Anyway, we take out their miner. Then this is what I thought was clever. So he EMP'd, I guess, to stop us from crossing his path. And what we did was we initiated a teleport right at the edge of our targeting. So you can see where the support and the battleship cross our targeting range and blast the only relic that they were able to get. And then, of course, the teleport kills their other. So they kill both miners and a transport with no like hardly any damage taken. And anyway, this whole match was fun. It was supposed to be a casual, very casual battle, and it turned into a lesson, I hope, for the other team. The mod use, the choosing the right asteroids to farm, how to get your supports in and out. Obviously, time warp helps. How to protect your transports, how to use your mods effectively, and lesson learned: don't do 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 4. You're not gonna win, no matter how good you think you are. And that's the end of that. I hope you had a good time. We'll be doing a 20 versus 20 coming up. I'm really looking forward to it. You guys have a happy new year.